On this video we're taking a look at our NBA team picks for the games that are happening on Friday, April 1st, 2022. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Memphis Grizzlies vs Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns, -7.5, and here is why. If you were hoping for a possible Western Conference Championship preview, you'll be sadly disappointed on Friday night. Along with Ja Morant being out for the game, the Grizzlies have also listed Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr., Tyus Jones and Steven Adams as doubtful to play. So Memphis is essentially approaching this marquee showdown with the Suns as a rest game. I can already hear the Boo Birds starting to become restless right about now. While the Grizzlies appear to be pumping the brakes for some much-needed rest, everything seems to be full throttle for the visiting Suns, who are only expected to be missing Cameron Johnson and JaVale McGee. Not even a Christmas miracle on the Hallmark Channel could save the short-handed Grizzlies against the red-hot Suns. It's hard to give Memphis even a puncher's chance with Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr. and Steven Adams all potentially being out for this matchup. Coach Taylor Jenkins is taking the long-term approach with his team by resting his players ahead of the postseason. There's a chance these two teams could meet up again with a lot more on the line than just one game. But the Suns clearly aren't utilizing that strategy in this matchup. They're looking to kick down the door screaming into the playoffs. They've won their last 9 consecutive games, including knocking off the previously number 3 ranked Golden State Warriors on Wednesday night. The Grizzlies could essentially be missing 3 of their top 4 scorers, their best rebounder and many of their most reliable defenders. Yes, the bench runs deep in Memphis, but not deep enough to hold off the number 1 ranked team in the Western Conference. This would be more of a live to fight another day sort of moment for Memphis as the Suns bully their way to a victory. Houston Rockets vs Sacramento Kings. Sacramento Kings -1.5 points. And here is why. The Sacramento Kings are averaging 110.4 points on 45.9% shooting and allowing 115.8 points on 48.1% shooting. De'Aaron Fox is averaging 23.2 points and 3.9 rebounds, while Domantas Sabonis is averaging 18.9 points and 12.3 rebounds. Harrison Barnes is the third double-digit scorer, and Davion Mitchell is grabbing 2.2 rebounds. The Sacramento Kings are shooting 34.5% from beyond the arc and 76.9% from the free throw line. The Sacramento Kings are allowing 37% shooting from deep and are grabbing 43.1 rebounds per game. Houston shot 45.7% from the floor, 31% from 3, and 76% from the line on Wednesday. Jalen Green scored 32 points in the loss, and Kevin Porter Jr. finished with 30 points, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds. On the season, Houston is now 1-2 against the Kings. The Kings won the first matchup 126-114 on January 14th, and the Rockets won 118-112 on January 16th in Sacramento. On Wednesday, the Rockets jumped out to an 11-point lead after the first quarter, but the Kings took a 6-point lead into halftime. The second half was tightly contested. Houston led 113-112 until Dante DiVincenzo hit a 3 with 1:55 remaining in the game, which gave the Spurs a 115-113 lead, and they would not trail again. The Houston Rockets are averaging 109.2 points on 45.5% shooting and allowing 117.7 points on 48.2% shooting. Christian Wood is averaging 17.9 points and 10.1 rebounds, while Jalen Green is averaging 16.1 points and 3.3 rebounds. Kevin Porter Jr. is the third double-digit scorer, and Eric Gordon is grabbing 2 rebounds. The Houston Rockets are shooting 34.9% from beyond the arc and 71.4% from the free throw line. The Houston Rockets are allowing 35% shooting from deep and are grabbing 42 rebounds per game. The Rockets have not stopped playing hard, but the Kings still have a little hope left for a play-in-game spot. Sacramento has covered the spread in its last 4 road games against a team with a losing home record, and the Rockets are just 10-28 Austrian shillings in their last 38 home games against a team with a losing road record. I will back the Kings to pull this game out with a small spread. San Antonio Spurs vs Portland Trail Blazers. San Antonio Spurs -14.5 points. And here is why. The Portland Trail Blazers have been in dreadful form as they've lost 15 of their last 17 games, and they will be hoping to arrest a 5-game slide after coming up short against the Pelicans in a 117-107 loss on Wednesday. Drew Eubanks led the team in scoring with 21 points on 10 of 12 shooting, Ben McLemore added 16 points, Reggie Perry added 15 points, while Brandon Williams chipped in with 10 points and 10 assists. As a team, the Trail Blazers shot 45% from the field and 14 of 42 from the three-point line as they poured in 36 points in the first quarter to take the lead into halftime, but their makeshift lineup just didn't have enough firepower to hang with the Pelicans, who blew them away with 66 points in the second half. CJ Elleby had a night to forget as he scored just 9 points on 1 of 9 shooting. San Antonio is averaging 113 points per game. They scored 111 points in their last game, making 50.6% of their field goals and 40% of their three-pointers. DeJounte Murray led the way for the Spurs with 33 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 assists. Keldon Johnson finished with 23 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists, while Devin Vassell added 19 points. San Antonio has struggled defensively, giving up 113.3 points per game. They gave up 112 points in their last game and will need a better performance if they want to get the win. Portland is averaging 107.4 points per game. They scored 107 points in their last game, making 45.9% of their field goals and 33.3% of their three-pointers. Drew Eubanks led the way for the Blazers with 21 points and 9 rebounds. Ben McLemore finished with 16 points and 2 steals, while Reggie Perry added 15 points and 6 rebounds. Portland has struggled defensively, giving up 114.9 points per game. They gave up 117 points in their last game and will need to do a better job if they want to win this game. The Blazers have lost 9 of their last 10 games and 8 of their last 9 road games. They have struggled offensively on the road and were held under 100 points in 4 of their last 7 road games. They don't rebound the ball as well as the Spurs, and they were very careless with the ball in their last 3 games, turning it over more than 18 times per game, which will lead to easy scoring opportunities for the Spurs, who average more than 7 steals per game. Even though the Spurs have struggled defensively this season, they played better in their last 3 games and won't be tested by the Blazers. The Spurs are very good offensively, scoring more than 113 points per game while making 47% of their shots at home. They do a good job finding the open man, and they're very aggressive on the offensive glass, grabbing more than 13 offensive boards per game in their last 3 games, which will lead to extra scoring opportunities. They also do a good job protecting the ball at home and won't give the Blazers a lot of easy scoring opportunities. The Blazers are one of the worst defensive teams in the league, and they played worse in their last 3 games, giving up more than 120 points per game, and will have a hard time slowing down the Spurs, so go with the Spurs to cover the spread. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.